We are in chapter 25 of the romance novel, the comedy, Charming After 5. And this is chapter 25 again. Back at the office, Jonathan didn't question Stacy's explanation. They jumped right back into work and finished the day with a lot of progress made. Stacy never saw Quinn, mostly because she never left Jonathan's office herself, and Quinn was in her office with the Do Not Disturb sign on the door that day. Stacy hoped Bernie was able to get some answers from his interaction with Joey with their meeting in mid-afternoon. Finn is so frustrated. She's looked through everything in the office, and the only thing she has found are some documents about an investment deal, but there's no information on what exactly the deal entails, just financial data and risk assessments and some jargon from her attorney. It seems like the pertinent info is missing. My sister obviously doesn't trust me and has hidden any vital information everywhere else. She's no accountant, but the numbers seem to show a great improvement. So whatever the deal is, at least she's making money on it. And Finn is really happy for her sister in that respect. She says to herself, "That's good. Maybe her disposition will improve now." Ha! Finn almost laughs out loud. Quinn having a good disposition, that's a good one. Now, I'm going to try another place. Where would those papers be? Bernie is nervous about getting into work today. He has to remain calm and act like he knows nothing. If he focuses on the menu tonight, maybe he will be okay. Joey is in his office when he arrives. Bernie listens outside the office door and hears Joey on the phone with the vendor. Good, Quinn is gone. He was hoping he wouldn't run into her. She needs to be more careful if she wants to remain anonymous, he thinks. Bernie heads to the kitchen to prepare for the evening meals. He is happy that Joey let him take over the menu planning. He really is getting to put his touch on all the dishes that go out that window and is excited to offer some very elegant meals for a small bistro as it is. He starts setting up in the prep station and making some notes for Andrew to follow. He glances at the door often, expecting Joey to enter any minute to talk to him about the meeting he had this morning with his silent partner. But the kitchen door doesn't swing very often. The kitchen staff from the lunch shift are cleaning up their stations and leaving for the day. The lunch menu is not as elaborate as the dinner menu, and the shift change is easy to maneuver. The evening staff begins to file in, and orders start to fill the counter. The lunch menu actually is incorporated into a more extensive dinner menu. Joey's phone call to the vendor turned into 3 more, and by the time he had finished, he realized that Bernie was way too busy and wouldn't be able to talk anytime soon that evening. He leaves word with the server to tell Bernie that they will talk first thing in the morning, and he goes on home. By the time Bernie receives the message, he's already figured out that Joey must have left. Maybe it was better that they talk in the morning anyway. He knows the deal is happening. He feels pretty sure of it anyway, but needs to act clueless, and he isn't sure he could pull that off right then. He hopes John is in bed when he gets home too, so he won't have to answer any of his questions. He will just have to stall when closing up. Jonathan wants to know if Bernie's deal has worked out, but he is exhausted and tells Stacy to give Bernie a message that he would see him home later and talk to him. It seems odd that Bernie hasn't called Stacy yet to give her an update, but maybe they were swamped at the bistro, so Stacy wonders. He takes the subway home and heats up some leftovers that Bernie had brought home the day before. He flops on the couch and wakes up 2 hours later. He knows Bernie won't be home for hours yet, and Jonathan can't keep his eyes open, so he just heads on to bed. He will just have to talk to Bernie in the morning. Everything is on hold till the morning. Stacy heads to the bistro after work with Jonathan's message for Bernie. She is glad he didn't come in that night. She wants to be able to talk to Bernie without having to guard her words. She looks around when she enters and is relieved that Quinn isn't there either. Bernie comes out from the kitchen and motions for her to come to the back office. I only have a few minutes. We're really swamped tonight, as you can tell, with the crowd, and I've added some new menu items that the staff hasn't mastered yet, so it's all on me. Bernie explains further. Joey left before we could talk about the meeting this morning, so I don't have any other info, but I'm glad that because I don't think I could have pulled it off with a dumb act tonight. I know what you mean. Jonathan bought my story earlier today, and I'm really glad we were just so busy that I didn't have to talk much with him today. Stacy tells him, have you seen Quinn in here yet tonight? No, but I've been in the kitchen and haven't been in the dining area or the past much. I hope she doesn't make an appearance either. I am not sure I could hold my tongue, although I want to confront her. I really do. But then you will have to let them know that you were eavesdropping in their conversation, Burns. Man, you're right. I gotta keep my mouth shut for now. Did you find out anything at work watching Quinn today? Bernie asked. Stacy answers, no, I really didn't leave the office much at all. We had so much work to do. She had the do not disturb sign on her door again when I went to the break room. Okay, well, I need to get back to the kitchen. Are you hungry? You can try the new dish tonight, beef Wellington with roasted vegetables and truffled green beans, Bernie said. That sounds absolutely delicious. Yes, please, I would love some. Stacy's all smiles and hungry. Bernie escorts her from the office. I know it's packed out there tonight, but I'll have a server find you a seat and I'll bring it out to you myself. Back in the dining area, it's very crowded. The word has gotten out that Joey's Bistro is the place in New York City to eat, since hiring their new chef, and not nearly as expensive as the uptown restaurants are, but with much the same food taste on the menu. There are no empty tables, and Stacy has to wait a bit for the server to find her a place. She looks around as she waits and notices Quinn seated alone at a booth in the corner. Oh, she must have come in right after I got here. Stacy motions to the server to come back and tells her to ask Quinn if she's expecting others or if Stacy could sit with her. The server returns and escorts her over to Quinn's booth. Thank you, Miss Herald. I appreciate you letting me sit with you. Stacy sits down. I've never seen this place so packed on a weeknight. This new chef is really bringing them in, Stacy jokes. Please stop with the Miss Herald. We're not at work, and I agree, the new chef is amazing. Now I have a better reason for coming here all the time. Finn knows it's a risk spending time with any of John's friends or Quinn's employees, but she likes Stacy and wishes they could be friends. She thinks to herself, I mean, really, what's the harm could be from letting her sit at my table for one dinner? Stacy decides to do some of her own investigating. Speaking of that, why do you come here so much? I mean, before Bernie started working here and the food started tasting well. Good. Finn needs to think fast. Well, it's close to work, and it just became my habit to de-stress here before going home. I have a roommate, and I don't always like spending time with her, you know. We like our space. She thinks that was easy, and I didn't even have to lie, really. Jonathan told me that you sing. Wouldn't you rather relax somewhere that offers that, the music? Stacy asked an innocent question. Finn can't tell if Stacy is naive enough to be asking questions like that or if she's up to something. Oh, well that's just a hobby. I don't do that regularly. Well, I'm not a singer, but I would love to try karaoke. Maybe we could all go out sometime together when Bernie can take the night off. I'm sure Jonathan would love to go too. Stacy added that to see if Quinn is still interested in dating Jonathan. That would be good. Yeah, that'd be nice. You talk to the guys and let me know when. Thanks, Stacy. Good idea. Finn is very agreeable and hasn't even really thought about it. Bernie is has located Stacy sitting with Quinn and delivers their food, interrupting their discussion. Finn orders the same dish as Stacy. The plating has impressed both women. It smells and looks amazing. Bernie gives Stacy a questioning look, wondering how the seating arrangement happened. Stacy just smiles and tries to convey with just her eyes that they will talk later. Bernie is leery of leaving Stacy alone with Quinn. He hopes she doesn't slip up and say something she shouldn't. He elaborately goes over every detail of the dish and how each item was prepared. Miss Herald, is there anything else I can get for you? Bernie asks, stalling. No, I'm just fine. The meal looks and smells amazing. I'm starving, but I think I would eat even if I wasn't starving. It looks so good. The owner sure found a treasure when he hired you, Finn exclaims. Bernie says, thank you, ma'am, thinking it's Quinn, his possible part owner. Bernie and Stacy exchange glances, and both know they are thinking the same thing. The new chef has helped her bottom line as well. Why would she keep her involvement a secret, especially now that the bistro is thriving? It just doesn't make sense, Stacy wonders. Bernie realizes he can't stall any longer and knows the kitchen staff needs him too, so he reluctantly departs, all the while hoping that Stacy will be good and mind her manners and not say too much and not ask too many questions. But Stacy asks, did you mean what you said about the owners hiring a treasure in Bernie? Yes, I did. Chefs like Bernie are usually only found in upscale, very expensive restaurants. To have found someone of his caliber who is willing to work here in a local bistro, that's very rare, I think, Finn declares. Well, he does have bigger dreams. He wants to own his place someday, Stacy tells her. In fact, he is currently talking to the owners about buying this place. Stacy throws out that information and waits for Quinn's reaction. That's amazing, Stacy. Congratulations to Bernie. That is good news. Now we know we won't lose him. Finn is truly happy for Bernie, and it shows all over her face. And now Stacy's really confused. Either she is actually happy about it, or she is really, really a great actress. Either way, she is not letting on that she already knows. Wait a minute. You said we won't lose him? What do you mean? Stacy asks. Oh, the customers, the patrons, you know, we, all of us who eat here. Finn explains, confused as to why else Stacy could have thought she meant anything else. I guess I could mean we as in you, Jonathan, and me also. If he buys this bistro, then he'll stay around and another fancy restaurant won't swoop him up and steal him, offering more money, and we'll have him around for those double dates of ours. Stacy feels like she's on one of those shows and she's the innocent victim of a prank. She wonders, would the real Quinn Herald please reveal herself? Split personality much? Their talking ceases as the women continue to consume the delicious food. There's only a lot of, oh yeah, yeah, really good kind of talk. Bernie really is an outstanding chef. Bernie may have to carry me home. I don't think I can walk. There's so much food here and it's so good and I don't want to stop eating. Stacy says after stuffing herself more than she should have. If he keeps cooking like this, it's going to be hard to keep my figure if we ever do get married someday. You make a great couple. John is a good matchmaker. Finn's guard is down and she is sounding more like herself and less like Quinn with every bite. The more full her tummy is and satisfied her hunger gets, the more relaxed and nicer she becomes. She realizes it, but pulling back and turning into Quinn abruptly again would seem even crazier right then. She just needs to end the evening before she trips herself up and harms her sister's reputation. Well, I have overdone it myself, and I should go before I am tempted by an equally stunning dessert that I see up there. I can't help eyeing them. Stacy says as she pats her tummy, I understand. I'll let you know what the guys say. About what? Finn has already forgotten what she's agreed to. Karaoke night, Stacy reminds her. Oh, yes, right. Yes, please let me know. Finn smiles. She thinks to herself, oh crap, why did I agree to that? Now I've got to figure something out again. She had been doing good staying away from John, but it really did sound great. So she goes ahead and admits it. Yes, that really sounds great. She just wants to get on home, and she hopes Quinn is finished and ready for her to ride. I'm telling you, Bernie, she acts clueless and totally happy for you. Stacy has been filling him in on their walk home. That was a big risk telling her that you knew about the deal. I guess she really doesn't want people to know she's an investor. Do you think it has something to do with keeping it from Westin Mutual? Bernie can only wonder. Yeah, that could be it. Maybe if the board found out she had other responsibilities, they would think she wasn't focused on her job, that she's moonlighting, and that they aren't her first priority. That would make sense, right? Stacy surmises. Okay, so we know that she is the silent partner. She now knows that you know about the deal because we're dating. I guess that didn't seem so odd to her. And so she has to figure that Jonathan knows it as well. It will be surprising to see how she acts about it with John. So I wonder if this is considered after-work territory and something that is not on the table for discussion at work. Stacy wonders. There is a definite division as to what is allowed for conversation topics with Quinn. I think the less we speak of it, the better. She is so unpredictable, and we don't want to let on that Jonathan that we know anything about her involvement with Joey, so mum's the word unless she brings it up. My guess is that she won't ever, though. Bernie's pretty conclusive with that thought. You're right. The less I talk about the whole situation, the less chance I will have of saying the wrong thing, and I would hate to be the one to blow this whole deal for you and the one to eventually hurt Jonathan, although it would really be Quinn. I hate that he will be getting hurt, period, but I don't want to be the one to have to give him the news that Quinn is definitely just leading him on because she actually has Joey as a boyfriend. Stacy adds sadly, but I'm still having difficult time with the whole mess. There are so many unanswered questions. Did she take acting lessons? I have known her for 4 years now, not like the best of friends in any way, but working around a person that long, you would think I would know something more about her. She has never been this kind to anyone, except for those Carmel Quinn days that have started just this past year or so. Nice is not a word anyone would have ever used to describe her before Jonathan started working here. And now she smiles, talks to us, not at work still, mind you, but here at the bistro after hours, and it seems to come naturally to her to let her guard down with us. Maybe the real Quinn is a sweetheart and the Quinn at work is the actress. Maybe she's tired of that charade of pretending to be someone she's not, just because she wants to keep her job and advance her career. I don't know. Is this making any sense? Stacy has asked, realizing that she's been talking nonstop, not allowing Bernie to remark about anything. You're making perfect sense of some very confusing questions that we have. Bernie kisses her on the forehead. I would have said that it is because of Jonathan. It has to be because of Jonathan. That's when she changed. Maybe she has fallen for him, but won't admit it. But then what about Joey? Is she leading him on and really has feelings for Jonathan? What do you think? Is it only because of being an investor in this bistro? That's why? Stacy turns private eye on Bernie. We have some investigating to do for sure. Okay, but it has to be behind the scenes. No more leading questions for Quinn. You got that, Stace? Bernie cautions her. But I think I've been really good at this stuff so far. Look at all the information I figured out, Stacy giggles. Stacy? Bernie's pleading with her. Okay, for you, I won't. Thank you. Bernie has a feeling that it's not going to be okay. We're going to stop here with the romantic novel, Charming After 5, and continue with chapter 26 in the next audio reading.